Hello guys, I'm Stefan, and today we're going to talk about one of the most significant environmental disaster that happened in the US, which is the toxic water issue happened in Flint, Michigan during uh, 2014 to 2016. Let's do it. So the whole presentation's purpose and objectives is illustrating the whole impact on the Flint water crisis through the data. Uh, I'll present to you guys with some little details about different parts through graphs and figures and charts, so you guys have a better understanding on how this affect the residents and the whole public health stuff during that time. So the table of content, we are going to separate it into five different parts to talk about this whole presentation, or actually six part, including the summary at the end. So first, we're going to talk about the lead contamination level over time. I will show you a graph or a line graph about every year's lead level amount of water in Flint, Michigan, to see the, 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 the movement over time. And second is the water quality across Flint neighborhoods. For that part, we're going to specifically mention the blood lead levels among the residents to make a comparison about in several different years to see how the water switching is the water system switching among Flint, Michigan impact the people's health. And number three is how the health impact of the lead poisoning in children. Uh, there's reference we have and data we have that I can show you specifically to having the comparison to let you guys know how the lead level impacted the health of uh, the people there, specific the children. And number four is the government response over time and their testing results. We're going to have different big titles with the topics about how the government moves over time to address the problem. And number five is the lead service line replacement in Flint over time. And after that, we're gonna wrap everything up. So the first is about the lead combination levels over time. As you can see, uh, according to the data graphs that presented by Mother Jones website, we can see the lead level amount of water from 2012 to 2017, and you guys can see there's a peak increase from 2014 to 2015, which is the peak is up to 43 ppb, which is a very high level of the for the lead level amount of water. And by the way, without it's not showing right here, but according to the references, the lead level limitation was should be like lower than 15 ppb, which is that data was actually a dramatic gap uh, to meet the requirement. So after that, we're going to talk about the water quality across Flint, Michigan neighborhoods. So I present three different datas, which is 26 and 2015 and 2016. Uh, the blood lead level at first in 26 among the residents there was 2.33, and there's a huge uh, difference between 26 to 2015 and 2016 because uh, I think that's one of the, and actually it is one of the reason why the government switching their water system from Michigan water system into their own uh, Flint River system, because of the high blood lead level among the residents at that time. But because of the improper control of uh, the water cleaning management, uh, the Flint water crisis happened, and they ended up switching back to the Detroit water system, and which is one of the biggest water system in the U.S. Uh, they have a better measurement before they switching back, so their blood lead level among the residents just getting lower. So right here, we're going to talk about the health impact of lead poisoning in children. So right here, I also using the data about blood lead level percentage among the residents, but for the two different slides, like different from the previous one. The previous one, I try to mainly present how or why the city of government actually switching their own water system from uh, the Detroit water system into their own water system, because of the highly level point that the resident got before. And we can also see that there's a great performance from the Detroit water system of how everything happened after the water crisis in Flint happened, and how they behave and how they get better to help the whole helpful on the supply to the people. And right here, we're going to talk about a little bit about what happened during the crisis. So we can see there's switching and post-switching, the pre-switching and post-switching in 2013 and 2015, whereas it's increased from 2.5% to almost 5% among the children, which is very high level, and it actually ended up with a very high percentage of hospitalization rate and the incidence of illness. And right here, I'm going to show you how the government responses. It's actually what I actually mentioned before in some previous slides. I'm just going to mention again. In the April of 2014, the Flint switched their water system to Flint River instead of using the Detroit water system. And after almost 1.5 years, the study reveals that there's elevated blood lead level among the children. And the experts started taking water example and found out that water lead level is over the limit, which is the 15 ppb among the water. And right after 1 month after, the city of Flint switches back to the Detroit water system, and everything starts to get better. And after 8 consecutive years, in 2024, the Flint's water actually meet the safe drinking water as standards for a long time. And one of the things I gotta mention about the lead service line replacement over time is that after the Flint water crisis happened, and after the switching back issue, the switching back move from the government, everything's getting better. But for the long term safety of the using water, the government started to pull out the moves of the lead service line replacement among the residents or the neighborhood in the Flint, Michigan. In 2016, this move actually didn't really happen. It was 0%, and it actually moves pretty quick after after so many years, and after what happened in the COVID in the past few years. So luckily, and I think it's pretty fast in 2023. Pretty much all the service line was replaced, and the water using are pretty much safe now. And into a summary, there was a water crisis as a global environmental health cases in public health had happened in Flint, Michigan. And what happened was high levels of toxic metal that happened in the water, which end up leading to the illness of the residents, and uh, people there were not able to using the water. And then the government switching back to the old water system and the replacement of uh, the service line addressing the whole problem in short term and also long term. And after all the things happen, after this public health case happened, uh, I think it's actually bringing out attention for the other states in the U.S. on the water quality. Um, I've been hearing a lot and also saw different kind of news about water quality issue that happen in the U.S. in different kind of states. Uh, there are also little disasters that happen sometimes in some places in the U.S. So, but after this crisis, I feel like uh, the government in different states, but also the public health workers can actually have a mindset or awareness that water quality is a problem happen, but it's also can be addressed um, as long as we trying to make some moves. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys.